good evening. It's the 3rd of August 2023. It's just after 9 o'clock at night. I've just finished doing a little bit of work in this bed here. If I can zoom out, hopefully I could zoom out. I've got perpetual spinach grown, and here I've got turnip purple top Milan. I've thinned them out. Incredible, they don't look like they've been thinned out at all. So I'm going to have to go back in once more, just bite the bullet, get on with it. I've got carrots. I've planted the autumn carrots. I've got 3 rows of that. And hopefully the tags will stay where they are. On this bed here, in fact, in both the beds, I had onions and shallots, and now all that's out. I've got all this bed here planted with dwarf French beans. I've got some slenderette ones, a couple of rows of that, and the rest are actually from what I grew last year and dried. So fingers crossed everything will work and they'll germinate. There should be no reason at all. Yeah, so if I can get the dog to get out of the way. Yeah, it's a little bit late on. It's amazing though. It's like no one how the nights are now cutting and in. So I've got some more autumn carrots put in. I've got some beetroots put in, the golden ones, these ones here. So I'm maturing now. I've already taken a harvest from that. I've just got some new coming up. So the potatoes, a huge batch of main crop potatoes, Maris Piper, so huge top. So again, nitrogen, lots of nitrogen, but I hope the tubers reflect on that anyway, so fingers crossed on that one. Just said fingers crossed again. Here's the latter end of the onions. Nothing very much to write home about. These are teeny ones that I left behind, but it's still been raining. Yesterday it was just raining and rain. Yeah, so I've got a bee overnighting on a dahlia. Yeah, so yeah, garden's starting to look well, autumnal. There's gaps starting up here in the garden, but the freezer is now filling right up to the brim. So yeah, here's my late crop of what do you call them, alderman peas. Next year I'll have a better bash at it. This year was very late off the mark, but in any case I'll be just happy to have some peas off this. But I've got peas in the other beginning of the allotment anyway. Yeah, I harvested loads of cabbages. They're now processed and in the freezer. There's a couple of cabbages left over, red cabbages. I'll have to have a look at the one on the other side. Bear with me a minute. Yeah, it's got good heads on. I'll have to have a closer look at that. Yeah, so a few beans. Already took a harvest of beans off this. You know, so nice, all in the freezer now. You know, so yeah, these were the overflow tomatoes, the ones I had left, and I just shoved in the garden. And I've got some good results at the moment. So let's hope we don't get any blight of sorts. You know? But yeah, on the whole, we're not doing too bad. I've got the last of the broccoli out, last florets, took the plants out. Of course, you've got slugs as well, so you have to contend with. And if you've got any yellow leaves or whatnot on the bottom, to get them taken away, you're leaving a habitat for slugs. All these pots here, 30-litre pots, were my first and second earlies. Got them replanted with beetroot, etc. So let's see what happens. And what else have I got here? Yeah, some more carrots. So what I'll do with these is actually, I've got 4 pots of Autumn King. Is it Autumn King? Let's have a look. Carrot Autumn King. Yeah. So, and there's a passenger crossing. crossing the garden. So this time of night they're coming out anyway. So lighting, you wouldn't think it's the lighting levels are down, but it's actually getting dark a bit, yeah. So I've got some sage here, so I must take a few leaves of sage off that and dry them, because well, we want to make sage and onion stuffing later on. So yeah. So anyway, this is Chanel wanting me to throw a ball for her. Yeah. So all I've got left in this part is the purple sprout and broccoli. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've had one with actually a flower head on, but I think it's too early. But I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm not gonna bother with anything else. I've cleared all the the cauliflower, they just didn't work. Cauliflower didn't work at all. Don't know what it was. But last year I had loads of cauliflowers, but this year now. So what I've got here is not very good attempt of butternut squash, but funnily enough they're a bit tepid, but on this side they're actually liking it a lot better. So we might get the odd one. It'll be a fickle thing anyway. And in that corner there, the far corner, I've got kohlrabi, again late. Yeah, I've got some leeks coming up, so they're primed. Not so advanced as some growers like, but it all depends what part of the country and when you started them off. Parsnips, again, very fickle things in my opinion anyway. So I just planted enough to for them to get going. The gladioli is lovely. I need to start supporting them. There are some pretty ones anyway. And tagetes or tagetes, or some people say of marigolds anyway, very pretty, very intense colour. Have a look at, very intense. Yeah. And of course the dahlias are now coming into their own. So the rain's done them a load of good as well. Yeah, so got to watch for the slugs though, because the slugs are we waiting to chomp them and all. So yeah, it's a nice pretty one and all. It's sort of an additional one I bought and planted. So this year I've got to take them all out, look after them. Yeah. Some more main crop potatoes there. So they've got no signs of going. So I'm just going to leave them a wee while longer. I think to the end of the month. All depends. You know, I've got in here. I've thinned out. I've got turnip. Again, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I've thinned because if you've got to give it room to grow. So if I get a turnip out of it, that'd be a result. Yeah, the slow growing carrots are now coming too, and they are slow. Raspberries we had loads of. Max, come on, Max. Of course, Max, he just climbs over everything, you know, and on everything. Anyway, I'll finish here for now, and if you like my content, feel free to subscribe, and I'll keep on posting as I've got time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like if you like what you've seen. Thanks then, bye.